All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am excited to be on this Sunday night call tonight with our CEO, Ramin Mesgarlou, and we're just getting organized on our end. So we are actually going to start with announcements tonight first, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll with the new car program. So first off, I just want to talk about the shopping cart ordering system is going to be having its inventory from Monday, January 23rd from 11:59 p.m. Eastern to Friday, January 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern. So please note at this time that the showroom will only be available for order pickup and walkthroughs, no footwear sizing, shield fittings, and we thank you for your patience. So that is exciting that they have to do their year-end inventory, and I cannot wait until they stock it with even more products. So on Monday night with Robert, we have our tax saving webinar Monday at 7:30. Cost for LCs is $10 and of course free for guests at the GWT Independent Training Center in Markham, Ontario. On Tuesday night, we have our Niagara Falls Power Tour with Maria, and it starts at 7 p.m., $10, and it's at the Comfort Inn, Lundy's Lane in Niagara Falls. On Tuesday night, we have our Brampton tour with special guest Renee Liao, so you definitely want to get your guests in front of Renee, and this is in Brampton at the Cliff Recreational Center. And then we have our Ottawa branding tour Tuesday night with Stephanie and Jean, and this is at the GWT Ottawa office starting at 7:30 p.m. And our Toronto tour with Courtney on Wednesday, January 25th, 2017. It's $10 for guests, and this is at the Hilton Toronto Markham Suites. And in Saskatchewan, we have Saskatoon Tour Wednesday, January 25th. And this is at Sonnenshin Way in Saskatoon with Andrea. And on Thursday night, we have our North American Live Online GWT Weekly Business Tour. So this is happening every single Thursday night. You can send your guests. It's a webinar, and it is at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern. So you definitely want to get all your guests, no matter where they live in the world, they can jump on this webinar. And then we have our Montreal Power Tour and Boot Camp with our own CEO, Ramin himself. Friday night registration at 6 p.m. at Ruby's Foos Hotel. And Saturday, January 28th. And look at all the NA's ambassadors. So you definitely want to get all your guests to this Montreal Power Tour and Boot Camp. That's Saturday. And new in our back office, we have our Valentine's Day Fairy and Posh gift packs. So definitely go into your back office. You want to blast this all over social media so you can start getting some his and her Valentine orders. We do have our promotion running right now, which if somebody launches their email the night they hear about the opportunity, they're going to be able to get $1,000 off the diamond package. So it'll be $25.99 Canadian, and they will still get $1,100 wholesale value into their inventory account. And of course, email or gold emails is $500 off, and they will receive 620 inventory dollars. Our international convention happening in March 2017. So Wednesday night, they're going to be having a power tour in Toronto, and they're also going to be having a walk-through cocktails meet and greet at the GWT office. So you're going to want to get all your guests there in Toronto, and then Thursday night is when they're going to have the mega power tour in Niagara Falls. So again, we all want to be there for the Thursday night. Bring all your guests, and there's going to be a flawless champagne launch party from 9 to 11 p.m. Friday is going to be forensic networker training and the CDESE recognition, which I hope you guys are all going to be on stage for hitting all the different recognition ranks that GWT has. And then on Saturday, it's going to be product training, IT releases, and of course our gala Saturday night. And gala tickets are also $99. So this is all taking place in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Tickets will be going up at the end of the month. So right now they are 249 Canadian. They will be going up to 299. So definitely get into your back office and get your ticket. You definitely want to be there. And so that is actually all that I have for announcements. Let me see if there was any more questions. Nothing else coming in. So we are going to get started and introduce our wonderful CEO of the night. And so Ramin, before I start the introduction, we got you on the call?
Yes, I am here. Good evening.
Oh, perfect. All right, Ramin. So I would like to introduce our speaker of the night, Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou. So in February 2005, at the age of 36, Ramin Mesgarlou founded Global Wealth Trade in his home office in Ottawa, Canada. The company since has been considered by many as one of the most prestigious luxury designer fashion houses. Ramin's unique business plan was a quick success, and in his first 7 years, the company served clients and luxury consultants in almost 60 countries and in all continents. Ramin himself has also received many industry rewards and recognitions, such as the world's top trainer list by businessfromhome.org and the world's top 3 compensation plan experts, and the Master Networking Feature and Award by Networking Times. On March 2012, Ramin was on the cover of the American Business Journal and the Canadian Business Journal with a 9-spread page on each. So I am personally excited to hear all the new announcements and details about our CAR program. So Ramin, you can take it away.
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. Using Reza's computer here, so trying to get rid of this stuff, but I'm not really sure how to get rid of it, but I'm sure you can see the screen. Well, good evening, everyone. Excited to be on this call. Whether it's been 2017, it's just going to be an absolute home run for GWT. It was like it's like a light switch for us. 16, I guess, as you hear on the news, for everybody, it was a top year. And for us, we kept on growing. But you know, it's no different here. We felt some stuff, but you know what? It's been amazing. In 2017, it was like a light switch. New teams are developing, flourishing, people coming on board. 11 years in the business. It's unbelievable. 11 years in the business now, and I look forward, as we close the first 10 years, to start the next 10. We've done a lot of great things in the first 10 years, but we did that in a decade where we're just building the infrastructure. Apologize for that. We did that with where we're building the infrastructure. The next decade, we've already done the infrastructure. We don't need to worry about that anymore. So it's all about momentum, speed, focus, simplicity. So the new software that's coming up is about simplicity, and again, helping you build. The focus right now for me is changing the culture of this company, because a lot of people who launch them all, they really want to have access to the product at wholesale, which is great. Nothing wrong with that. What we want to do, though, for folks who say, you know what, they want to come in and they want to make a lot of money, we want to change the focus that you come in, there's a lot of things to achieve immediately, so you put a lot of money in your pocket right away. In other words, the changes that's going to come from now to the convention, it's going to be all focused triggers that's designed when your people come in. Instantly, there's tons of things to be able to tap into to put money in your pocket this week. So yeah, there's going to be some enhancements to the comp plan, changes. We're going to reshuffle a little bit. The core remains the same, but my whole thing is that just like this CAR program, the CAR program is getting the first step to get people, the minute they come in, Once you go to diamond, that's when work starts. I think right now what's happening with our people is that because diamond gives you, pretty much everything that you need, people don't think the next level anymore. They kind of take a back seat on that. We want to change that whole culture. I want you to come in. I want you to make money. If you're here for a product, great. No problem. This doesn't affect you, period. But if you're here to make money, if you want to quit your job, my focus right now is to make sure that every single person here, in a very simple and systematic way, you hit the ground running. And this CAR program is incredible because, as you know, our current CAR program starts as an NA level, National Ambassador, the top two levels. And that's a $1,500 level and a $3,000 level per month. Not sure why this thing keeps coming, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is pretty much now make it available to everybody at the lower level, which is a 500 level. So, but there's three things that we're doing. Let's talk about the first thing. February the 1st, this is something that we've talked about for years, and now it's going to become available, where you could sell your way to your IA qualification. Our IA qualification is really low. I mean, 35, 75, 150. I mean, 150 is the highest we have here. Other companies, that's where you start, and then they go up from there. So, and unlike other companies, we don't ship you all these same products that you don't need. With us, obviously, everybody's biggest problem is they don't have enough IA to buy everything they want. So we could really ask for $1,000 IA per month, and people wouldn't have enough IA to buy the products that they need. But having said that, we want to make sure that we have other ways for you to qualify, especially for countries that they don't have credit card, handy like some of the other countries do. There are some areas where people have a difficult time, even with a credit card, to be able to spend money in a month because of the banking restrictions. So we want to give people all kinds of options to be able to qualify for the paychecks without actually buying the product. So again, yet another way, not that we needed to make it simpler, yet another way for you now to be able to qualify. And even in North America, the cool part about this is that, some months, the way this is set up is that some months your IA would not actually go through anymore because it doesn't need to. Now, of course, from experience, people are saying, I want the product anyways. I need more IA anyways. You can always go ahead and purchase that. But now we are introducing a whole new way. Okay, this computer is going crazy on me, but just bear with me on this. If I have to change computers, I'll try, but we're going to keep trying here. So we're just interested in another way because we are the most international company there is. And I've been saying this forever because we're in 160 countries. And a lot of these countries, the banking system is difficult. Again, this benefits everybody, especially those folks. All right. So basically what this is, you could sell your way or buy your way to qualification monthly. So your monthly IA, right now you have an anniversary every month, you have a monthly IA that goes through. If you're 150, if you're diamond level, if you're gold, that's a lady at 75, and if you're retail, you're 35. So that happens automatically. And it doesn't matter if you make sales right now, that goes through anyways, right? So even if you went out there and you sold $1,000 in the home party, you ordered the products, all of that stuff does not qualify you for your monthly requirement for your check. Well, that's changing now. So now you can get your email commission qualified in 3 ways. One, you can just simply purchase products. We have, at least 10 to 15% of the orders that we get, and we get lots of orders. They actually don't have enough IA, so they go above that. So you probably done that yourself, where you had an order, say it was $2,000, and you had maybe $1,200 in IA, the rest you had to buy in cash. Well, this happens all the time. Well, even when it happens, right now, it does not replace your monthly IA requirement. But that's going to change. Now, when you go over, when you make an order, and you don't have enough IA points to pay for it, and you actually have to pay the rest of it in cash, But guess what? That will qualify you for your monthly IA. So your monthly IA doesn't have to go through anymore. It's incredible. Just easier. Again, one more step to make things easier. So one, you can order products. For example, also if you're Selenium, if you're a retailer, well, you don't have any IAs because your packages didn't come with a lot of that, right? So, but many people place an order. Of course, they come in, they place an order. Well, now that order that you're placing as a retailer, as a Selenium, as whoever doesn't have any IA in their account, that qualifies you. That product purchase will qualify you. Say you're running a home party. You need more products, right? More inventory. Well, you buy that product cash, you know, it's not your discount level, but cash, and that volume becomes PV, and that qualifies you for your monthly commission. That's one way. Second, retail sales online, in person through catalogs, trade shows, in-home parties. Again, somebody buys something, a VIP customer buys something from your account, for your mall. Well, right now you get the retail profit, but that doesn't qualify you for your monthly IA. You still have to pay that, right? You still have to buy your IA. Well, that's no more. Now, every retail sale that you make actually qualifies you. Now, it's just going to add to one problem, which is, oh, I need more IA to shop, because obviously if you're making a lot of retail sales, like some people are, now you're going to be automatically qualified for commission. So now when you go to buy, you actually have to, you don't have any IA to buy, you just have to buy it through cash, which is okay. It's the same thing. But the point is that now there is a number of ways that you don't actually have to buy your monthly IA, and you could still be commission qualified. And the third way is your monthly IA purchases. So right now there's only one way to qualify for your commission, which is number 3, monthly IA, right? Every month your monthly IA goes through. Now you have 3 ways. You can buy products, you can retail sales online through your website to VIP customers, you can meet people and with your catalogs and they place an order. Of course, you have to place that order, and as long as you're not using your existing IA, because they're paying for it, right? Then all of a sudden that purchase will cover your IA. You can be at trade shows and making sales there. Again, those products, as long as you're buying it from your mall with cash, that qualifies you. So now there's 3 ways of qualifying for your monthly IA, where currently and for the first decade, there's only one way. So it's wonderful. So here's how the numbers will work out. If you're a retailer, your monthly minimum requirement is about $35 a month. Now again, when we say minimum, really, that's just to make your commission qualify. $35 a month is not doing nothing for you. You can't even shop the stuff that you want. I mean, so this is where you're going to have to sit down and assess what is your annual requirement for purchases. Because every single one of you last year, you bought shoes, you went ahead and bought bags, you bought jewelry, you bought gifts. I mean, everybody buys gifts, right? So pretty much everything that we have, you bought last year anyways. Hopefully you bought it from your mall. But many of you bought gifts and gave it to other people, even if it was a gift card. You could use your own IA to do that. You can give gifts to people. So what I want you to do is, when we say minimum, nobody should be at a 35, because it doesn't do any good for you. You know, it doesn't even cover your gifts that you have to do that next year. And for the whole year, 35, the whole year is about $500 a year. And we know the average spending on gifts in a year is about $4,400. Those are the internet stats, $4,400 a year, because you have your anniversaries, you got your Christmas, you got kids, you got brothers, mothers. The Mother's Day alone, $23 million is spent, $23 billion is spent on Mother's Day alone in jewelry alone. So when we take a look at you really, you know, even the 150 is the bare minimum for everybody. It doesn't even cover your needs. You need to increase that, and it's much better, because when you increase that, you have the IA when it's time to make that purchase. Then you can use your IA, and you don't have to charge your credit card and with this big bill that you're going to struggle to pay for the next year with interest. Now, how many of you, what happens during Christmas time, right? Your credit card builds up. Now you're trying to pay it for the next year because you bought gifts. Well, if you did this on a monthly basis, then you don't have to do that. At Christmas time, you don't have to use your credit card for interest on it. You've already have this money free shopping in your account. So retailer, if you're doing, your minimum requirement is $35 for to be commission qualified. If you purchase or sell $70, that's in retail value. That's not your cost. Retail value, that actually qualifies you. So if somebody went to your website and purchased something for $75 or $70, well, guess what? This overwrites our software system, and that month, your $35 will not be charged to your credit card. How cool is that? So again, you know, we want you to focus on retail sales. We actually we're one company. We have products that people actually want. Products that's visual, that's actually easy to sell. We see people in our pockets in our business that people, that's all they do is sell retail. And they're not even interested in building a team. So we want everybody focused on being able to promote their products through the catalogs, through the website. We have the craziest VIP program in the world, you know, in the most aggressive retail loyalty program in the world. We want people to start focusing on that. So if you're a Selenium and Gold, your minimum requirement for, to be commission qualified is $75 a month. So all you have to do, make a sale of $150 a month in retail value. So somebody goes and, even if you purchase it yourself, well, you're not paying $150 anymore, right? You're buying it at your discount, whatever your discount is. But the retail value of that product purchase or sale needs to be $150 a month. If you're a diamond, monthly requirement is $150, and purchase or sell $300 in retail value. So it's that simple. It's that, but it gets even better than that, because let's assume you are a diamond, and as a diamond, you know, you have a 150. One sec here. You have a 150 IA requirement, right? So, and to do that, you let's assume this month you have you need $300 in retail value to replace that. So that would replace the, so you don't have to do monthly IA. Let's assume you didn't have 300. You only had 200 in retail for the month. But guess what? When the month ends, you won't lose that that volume. It carries over to the following month. So as soon as you reach the 300, you actually get qualified for your commissions. So basically, if you do the 300 in the month before your anniversary date, right? Remember your IA, everyone has an anniversary date. If you hit your 300, that automatically cancels your monthly IA. Well, let's assume you're just a bit short. You're at 200, and the month ends. Well, you won't lose that 200. It actually carries over 1 month. So next month when you sell $100 in retail, that qualifies you for that month, and your IA doesn't go through. The same is true with the 75, which is the 150 retail, and same is true with 35, which is the 75 retail. Again, this is something that we didn't seriously need to make this plan any simpler. We didn't do it to make it simpler. I can tell you right now, we did it because to help some markets to be able to qualify, because you know, for example, Nigeria, they're having some banking restrictions there, where they can only spend $100 a month on their credit card. I mean, there are some countries like that, and some countries in the Middle East the same. So now there are other ways. There are other ways to actually qualify. And this is true with, you know, many countries around the world where people sometimes don't have credit cards, right? Now there are ways for them to use their website, make sales, or order in bulk, make sales, and that also qualifies them for their commissions that month. So basically, what does that mean? Well, if you're doing a business and retailing product like you should be, it costs you nothing to operate your GWT email. Nothing. I love that. It costs you nothing now, as long as you do a little bit, which is really 300 retail. You know, it could be a couple of partial items. It could be a ferry bag. Could be whatever. So if you're doing anything, if you're doing at least one home party a month, you should be doing once a week. Some people do 2 or 3 times a week, but if you did at least one home party a month, you should be doing one trade show a month, get together with other people, do one trade show a month. I tell you something, this is absolutely nothing. One product. Of course, you got your own gifting occasions as well. When you go to shop, I want you to think your own mall, because now you buy that product from your own mall. Not only you got your gift, you got them a better gift. Also, that qualifies you for your commissions that month. And if you don't have commissions, you're accumulating commissionable volume or CV. These are people that are in your team who are buying and selling. All of that volume that's accumulating for commission, now that qualifies you, and you don't have to actually use your credit card will not be charged for your commissions. So the whole focus moving forward is for every single one of you, whether you're an NA or GA or you're a retailer, you come in, you have some absolutely retailable products, start talking to people, retail it, gift it, purchase it. You should never be buying anything from a mall if we have that product in GWT. Never, never. But we want to make sure that people start to think that way. Why buy a gift card or a restaurant card or a gas card and give it as a gift when you could use your own mall? So you want to make sure that, again, people are focused on retail sales, of course, make a lot of retail profit, which is wonderful, 67%, up to 67%. But now it costs you nothing, nothing is good, to operate your international mall, which by itself is pretty easy at $150 a month maximum. So that's the first thing that we want to do. Again, as you can see, we're changing the culture from, oh, I paid my IA, oh, my credit card is there, so I'm in good shape. We don't want you to be in good shape. We want you to make money. We want you to go out there and think that I need to sell something or buy something. I want you to be thinking that way. Why? Because when you do that, you make money. It costs you nothing to operate your business, as well as when everybody in your team starts to do that, then that generates CV, which means now commissions are being earned in the binary tree. So ideally, I don't care if you got 10 people in your team, 10 emails, or if you got 20,000 emails in your team. Imagine if people are buying and selling products. If everyone's doing this retail sales, not only they're making money, it costs them nothing to start to run their business, and that sale is generating CV for you. We want to make sure that that's the culture moving forward. And of course, when people get to that culture here, nobody stays at a 35 IA, right? Not only the people, they all move up to 150, and on top of that, once people make sales like this, they still have to order product for themselves, generates even more CV for you. So the culture is to get people thinking retail profits, retail sales, retail profits. You can do that a number of ways. We can do it at trade shows, get together a bunch of people, get a booth, get a bunch of products there, catalogs there, start running we have a whole type of trainings for this. You can mix sales, you can do home parties. Again, minimum once a month, minimum, but you should be doing it once a week. It's not hard to invite a few people over to show them your new model you just launched and give them a gift certificate. As well as when you gift to your family members, you all got kids, you all got brothers and sisters and mothers, Christmas time, Valentine's, Mother's Day, all this stuff, you're buying something anyways. Use your own mall to deal with that. Once you start thinking that way, I can tell you it will quadruple your team volume, and that's going to quadruple your check. So, but I love this. It made our business for a lot of you a lot easier, because many of you are making sales already, and you still have, your credit card still gets charged for your monthly IA. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. Now, you're going to have to actually place an order and buy your own orders, because your credit card will no longer be charged when you reach your monthly volume for retail sales. So if you go backwards once, so again, if you're on a 35, all you have to do is sell $70 retail per month. If you're 75, 150, that's all it is per month. If you're 150, then you have 300 retail value per month. Just make a sale of $300 or $150 on $70, and it costs you nothing ever to run your business. I mean, already it was about even at 150, it was about $5 a day to run your business, which by itself is ridiculous. What business can you run with $5 a day? already was nothing, but now costs you really nothing by start thinking to retail their products. All right, that's the very first thing that we're going to add, which is obviously an upgrade, an enhancement to our compensation plan. The second thing we're going to talk about is a rebate program. The rebate program is fantastic. Now you got $1,000 off or $500 off. So in markets where your currency is weak or there's some restriction with the banking, this helps a lot again. And this rebate program, by the way, is a major thing for the card program. So you want to pay attention to this because the card program starts for the CDSC members. And to be a part of the CDSC members, you got to be a diplomat. So now having people be able to get into Diamond with $1,000 off, that helps a lot of people get to Diamond and helps you get to Diplomat to get to that car. So the path to car just became 1/3, 33% easier because now your people can get to Diamond much easier. So we have $2,000 off Diamond, so which we call the Diamond rebate. Regular Diamond is $35.99. Now with the rebate, it becomes $25.99. Of course, when we have a Diamond rebate, that also adjusts. What gets adjusted is this is supposed to be CV, not CY. So your CV, commission with volume, gets adjusted because now you're buying less product, right? So that gets adjusted by 1,000, and your products also gets adjusted. So when somebody goes to Diamond rebate, they pay 1,000 less. We push up 1,000 less CV, and they get 1,000 less in product. Makes complete sense. The wholesale profit's still pretty high up there. So from $350, which is for regular Diamond, when you launch a Diamond rebate, you get $250. So it goes down by $100. The regular Gold is $18.99. Now we have $500 off on Gold rebate. This is $13.99. Again, these are Canadian dollars, folks. This is about 1,000 US. Every other Amazon company out there works with US dollars. So now we talk about $13.99. Obviously, the CV gets adjusted from $750 to $250, and the IA gets adjusted from $1120 to $620. So the 500 comes off right here, and your wholesale profit goes down by $50 because remember, wholesale profit is paid on products. Since there's less products, right? Less products and there's less wholesale profit, but still pretty healthy wholesale profit. Nothing changes with Selenium and Retailer. So what's great about this rebate is that it allows people to have a conversation after the tour. Because after the tour, I find a lot of people are afraid to ask for the sale. They have a guest there, they don't know what to say, they're kind of nervous, they're new at this. Now you have a great conversation. Hey, listen, we got this unbelievable rebate program. So if you get involved tonight, remember, this is supposed to be a first tour, right? When they come for the first time, we want to reward the action takers, right? So say, look, you could come on tonight and make a decision tonight, then what we'll do, you can save $1,000 or $500 on these two packages. So if somebody says, well, you know, I'd like to think about it, no problem, we can think about it. But is there anything that I can help you with, or I can bring one of my business partners to help you with? Because what we're trying to do is that, you know, when you get launched, you know, just in case you like the rebates, then it's $1,000 delay. It's a $1,000 decision. We'd like you to make that decision tonight. So it gives you an option, a conversation, because right now people get, you know, they don't know what to say, right? You do the survey and they don't know, how to basically close the transaction. Well, now it does, because my experience has been, and you guys all know this, nobody looks at GWT plan and says they don't like it. Everybody likes what they see. Who doesn't like designer line? Who doesn't like shoes and bags and watches? Everyone likes it. What you run into is afterwards, people say, okay, how do you do the business? And that confusion a little bit, it holds them back to make a decision. So they'll tell you, well, I got to think about it and pray about it and talk to a spouse or whatever, right? So a lot of people, they just don't want to make a decision. So what we're trying to do is that make it easier for them to make a decision with these two. Now, of course, a rebate diamond does not come with a getaway. So make sure you guys know that, right? So they're saving $1,000. There is no getaway with that. So people still have a choice. If money is not an issue, you're going to find some people saying, no, I'll take this. I want the product anyways, and I want my 7-day getaway. But for some people, if money is an issue, this is a fantastic way to get started. Last week, we also added all the upgrade packages to your back office. So if you want to upgrade from any of these levels, you can now from your back office. It's already there. It's already programmed. You just click and purchase, and you're done. You get automatically upgraded. So again, the rebate program is an ongoing program. It gives you a call to action promotion. It gives you, it places a sense of urgency on the decision, because we want people to take action so we can get to work, so we can make him some money, and then we can start momentum. We want to create momentum massively. That's a good word, massively moving forward. So there's going to be some changes and enhancements, and we're going to shuffle things around a little bit about the compensation plan, because I want to make sure that when somebody launches a mall, that they understand that Diamond is not the end destination, although they don't think that way, but they act that way. They understand that moving forward, there's always that next. It's a culture of the next, the next, the next, the next, the next. Wrote in my book, life is not about achieving happiness, it's about happily achieving. We want to make sure that everybody's always working about the next. We got some really, really cool stuff coming up at the convention. You're going to love what's coming up at the convention. So and we're going to change some stuff to make sure that the plan is fair. If you're making a lot of calls, if you're building your business, we're going to make sure you get highly rewarded for it. If there are people who are not really building their business, well, you know, that's fine. They got some benefits there. They still got benefits, but they shouldn't have the same benefits as the ones who are actually building their business. So we're going to create momentum. I want to make sure that we incentivize. That's a good word. We incentivize every one of your email operators in your team to do something every day towards the business. When they do that, they make money, and of course, you make money, and your upline make money. So we're going to become a very aggressive plan moving forward. All right, so that's number 2, and the next one is the biggest thing that will make the culture change in our company. Now, as you know, we call the CDSC's Epic Car Program. So what, as you know, right now the car program starts from the NA level and up. It's a 1500 level, right? So this is, I put this one on right from Diplomat. Well, why Diplomat? Well, because every single one of you can get there in one day. We have a whole bunch of people who've done it in one day. In fact, it became kind of silly a couple of years ago where people started saying, well, I did it in 8 hours, and then somebody did it in 27 minutes, and next thing you know, somebody did it in 9 minutes. Obviously, what that 9-minute record was held because somebody went out, got their 3 diamonds in advance. It was set up already, and I guess it took 9 minutes to enter in the computer. So that was the record. We didn't want to do that, right? We said, look, we're not going to get into this because, one day, there are people who get excited, make 7, 8, 10 phone calls that day, and get to Diplomat. Anyone can do that in one day, but to 9-minute stuff, it was always planned. We didn't want to game this. We wanted to make sure that we keep it tasteful. So now we say the fastest you can do is in one day. So that's why we say that the car program, this car program, it's up to me. You can actually qualify for it within 30 days. Now, although in Canada, US, and some other countries, you can get yourself a luxury car. As you can see here, these are actual live ads in Canada right now. You can get a B-Class Mercedes, 2016, 4MATIC 250 at $379 a month. A CLA is $439 a month, and C-Class is $499 a month. So obviously, that in some countries you can, because this plan is a $500 plan. You can get I should have had it on the slide somewhere here. It's a $500 plan. So in some countries, you'll be able to do your luxury car, but it's not designed for that. If you can get a Mini, if you happen to be in Europe, if you can get a new Kia, a new Hyundai, it doesn't matter. Who doesn't want a new car? I can tell you, I could use a new car. I don't care if it's a new Kia. I know we've checked around in pretty much any country, with up to 500 Canadian, you can get a new car. Here's the best part. You don't even have to be a new car in this case. we're pretty flexible. We say it could be up to 3 years old. So now that brings you closer to the car that you might want. Maybe it's one of these things or one of those things, but it doesn't make a difference. You tell a brand new person that we have a 3-level car program. The first one you can qualify in 30 days, $500 a month. Now, if it happens to be different in their country, like we have some slides for Australia, what you can get for $500 a month, you'll do the same in your country. Okay, in our country, up to $500 a month, it could be a Honda, you know, I don't know if they still make the Honda Accords, but, you know, Toyota, whatever the number, whatever that car is, you know, a Peugeot or whether it's a Fiat, whatever that number is, who doesn't want a brand new car or up to 3 years old in 30 days? Everybody wants a car in 30 days. And this is exciting. We know it's exciting because a barrage of calls you guys are being put into the office, because as you know, the CDSC members get the news first. That means you need to get there. So, and once you're there, you always get the news first. But also, with this program, becoming a CDSC member is the first step towards getting your car. All right. So, what does it take? People want to know the qualification. How does it take? What's the requirement? Well, here it is. You have a monthly. Here's your GWT monthly team requirement. You achieve a diploma level. We know that's quick and easy. You'd be on 150 IA, and you got to be renewed, of course. Have a minimum 10 personally sponsored launch emails, so you have to sponsor 10 people personally. Okay. Personal group volume of 1,200 monthly, generation 1. What that means is that the 10 people that you brought in, their monthly IA, between the 35, the 75s, or the 150s, it had to add up to 1,200 a month. So we do that because, you know, a lot of companies do that because we want to make sure people don't put fake accounts, and there's got to be activity, right? And the last thing is you have to have a group volume of $10,000 with each leg holding at least $4,000 in volume. In other words, if you got $10,000 in volume in one leg, you didn't build that. Someone else did, right? You have to, we want to make sure that you are actually building, you're responsible, you're building. Both legs have to have minimum of 4,000. And then basically one leg could have up to 60% of the volume, but you can't have 61%. You need to make sure if you got $10,000, only 6,000 of it can be in one leg. So if you got 9,000 in one leg and 1,000 in the other, you're not doing your job yet, right? So someone else is building this for you, especially with binaries, where you're privileged that sometimes the upline, actually often, builds one leg for you. With any other plan, whether it's unilevel system or matrix system or breakaway systems, you have to go wide. You know, sometimes you sponsor 100 people personally on the generation 1, front line to you. Well, because you have to do that, because you only get paid 5 or 6 levels in other companies. So very quickly you're going to hit your plateau at the 5 levels, and you don't even get paid in the volume that's generated in your team below the 5 or 6 levels. That's other companies, not here. We pay you to infinity. And on top of that, most of this volume most likely is done by your upline. You know, they're actually putting, because they only got 2 legs, so they're putting their people in your team. So we want to make sure that you're actually working the business, supporting your team, and being active. Now, I'm going to give you some comparisons how easy this is compared to the company right now known to give away the most cars. I'm going to show you their plan, what it takes to get a car, and theirs is a $500 plan as well, and how easy this is compared to theirs. Let me explain this again. You got to be a diplomat. You can do that in one day. Of course, this is automatic, the 150 IA. Of course, you got to be renewed. You have to have minimum 10 personally launched emails. Now, we don't tell you what kind it is. What we care about is that between the 10 of them, their monthly production, buy and sell, adds up to 1,200, which is nothing. Basically, 120 bucks each. It's nothing. So if you have a few diamonds in there, and you don't have to start by 10. If you have 20, 30, whatever, obviously, we want you to go out there and launch 100 miles worldwide. So this very, very quickly fills up. You need a group volume of $10,000, and of course, both legs have to be active. So each leg has to be holding at least 4,000 in CV. So if you got all of it in one leg, we have to start working on the other leg. Because most likely, if you got all of it in one leg, then it wasn't you that built it. It was someone else in upstairs that built it for you. So we want to make sure that you are active. All right. So this is how to qualify for the car. In month number 1, this is what you need. Once you've achieved this, most likely most of these things will fall automatically, because once you go to 10 people, once they do 1,200, they do that every month. And it's going to grow from there, because every month you're going to launch more malls. So this all stuff becomes automatic. This all stuff becomes automatic after that. Initially, maybe a group volume, we do a bit of a peak and valleys, but very quickly, these 3 becomes automatic. And this very quickly, because we pay to infinity, very quickly becomes automatic. So after that, you have a personal maintenance. This was your team maintenance, team requirement. Then you have a personal requirement. And that is, in month number 2 moving forward, you need $1,000 in combined personal volume and commissionable volume, which is PV and CV, including upgrades on your monthly IA. So let me explain this for you. This is as simple as I could have made it. Basically, this is not retail value now, right? This is diamond value. You need to have $1,000. You're going to create $1,000 in PV, personal volume, or create $1,000 in CV, commissionable volume. In other words, PV is when you buy product. Your IA is PV. When you sell products through VIP, retail, that's all PV to you. Creating CV is when you launch new emails. You launch a diamond, for example. We know a diamond is a 2,000 CV by itself. A diamond rebate is even over 1,000 CV. So it could be either you buying and selling products personally through your email, or buying product yourself, or gifting, whatever that now. You buying, selling product here. You're either launching new malls, that's what the CV is for. You can even upgrade one of your malls that month, and say you take somebody who's a Palladium and take him to a Diamond, or retailer take him to a Gold. Even that would count towards that 1,000, plus your monthly IA. So put this all together, it becomes extremely easy. If you're doing anything at all with your car, with your business, you'll reach this very, very quickly. Now this is a car program, and it's not designed to be everybody to get one. Everybody can, but it's not designed. It's designed to reward, that's a good word, it's designed to reward the people who are building the business and moving the company forward. So the best part is everyone can do this. Again, I'm going to show you another company now, skincare company, that they have given away thousands of cars, and you'll see their qualification. And the way myself and your leadership, we look at this, this was not a quick decision. I've spent quite a lot of time on this over the past couple of months. When you take a look what other companies are doing to give you away a car, their qualifications are far more strict than ours is. Now, from day one, I said, I don't want, everything we do is easier, and everything we do is more. I don't want to do that with the car program. From day one, I told the LCG, the leadership group, I don't want the car program to be any easier than anyone else. If other companies can give away thousands of cars, I mean, obviously, car payments, on their plan, hey, you know, our products are easier to sell than their products. We have a lot more options than they do. So I want to be just same requirements as everyone else. But once I was done, I think differently a little bit. And once I was satisfied with what I needed, and this is what I need for you to get yourself that car bonus. When I compared it to the other companies, I found that we're still way easier than other companies who are now giving away thousands of cars. So I want that culture here in your team. Culture of achieving and producing and buying and selling and hype and fun. I want that culture now, because that's what keeps people in the business. It's nice that you're here, you want to buy products because they're great and you can get a discount. For those people, you always have that option. Wonderful. But if you're here because you want to build a business, we want to put a culture in place from day one. Now, once you get to Diamond, with next 30 days, if you do X, Y, and Z, you're going to get this type of cash coming to you, this type of bonus, Get yourself a new car. And that, we want those type of producers to sit out from everyone else. And that's why we have these requirements. Now, just to cover again the personal. Once you are a diplomat, once you have your $10,000 in downline volume, remember this is to infinity. Once you've got your 10 personal emails launched, once you have these 10, buy and sell $1,200 a month in volume between the 10 of them, all you have to do, because you do this once, it happens automatically after that, right? What you have to do is for you to have $1,000 in combined personal volume, that's when you buy products, including your monthly IA, and commissionable volume, that's when you launch new emails, diamonds or gold or palladiums, and even when you upgrade your existing emails, and again your monthly. So there's combination of all of these, and all you need is $1,000 per month to qualify for this car bonus. So multiple ways to qualify again. You can either buy the product yourself because you're selling it to a home party, or you're selling to your website. You create $1,000 in PV through your website sales or personal cash purchases, or you launch emails until you create $1,000 in CV. Like I said, diamond rebate would be over $1,000 by itself. You do one diamond rebate a month, or 2 golds a month, or whatever. Again, as long as you create $1,000 in CV, that qualifies you. Or even easier, we combine the PV and the CV, this one and this one. As long as it gets to 1,000, that qualifies you, and it gets easier. Or you simply upgrade one of your current emails to gold plus $250 in personal IA. Could be an IA top-up, right? Or this could be a diamond rebate, whatever. As long as it gets $1,000 in CV or $1,000 in PV, or combination of the two to $1,000, you qualify for this car. So if you don't qualify, well, nothing changes for you. But if you do qualify, guess what? You've got a car bonus. So this is the beautiful part. It's going to get your people rocking. Because I know, even from personal experience, I have some family members and friends who know what I do for 26 years. Some of them know I've launched this company 10 years ago. They know what I do. They never question about my business till they start seeing the car posters. Now I'm getting calls from people who are not even in GWT. They know I've been doing this for years, and now they're asking, you're giving away free cars. So how does that work? So that's how important this is, and you're going to find you're going to attract a lot of MLMers into your program now because of this. Everybody wants a car bonus. All right. So there is an option number 2. If you don't want a car, you can get a free shopping spree. So if you say, you know what, I already have a car, or I don't drive, and there are some countries, and even in Toronto, downtown people don't have cars. So then what you can do is that substitute that as a form for this, and you get $1,000 of free shopping spree. It's basically $600 in diamond value. It's $1,000 in retail value with the products. You take that product, you use it, you shop. It's free shopping spree for you, or you sell it and put $1,000 in your pocket. So there is an option too for people who don't want to get into a car. Now again, you can keep this going if you like. If you don't want to get yourself in a car lease and so on, we have a whole document. We want to make sure that you know what you're doing when it comes down to that. But we allow you to do this. But I got to tell you, when I read the policies and procedures of other companies, and it's incredible how they try to force their people into a car. Because I've read this, and you can check them out yourself. They basically tell you, you have a few months. They'll give you an option at first to get products, but you only got a few months, and if you don't get a car after a few months, you lose your car bonus, period. So other companies have a lot of restrictions, and I like to keep ours pretty easy. So if you decide you don't want a car, you can always get this. But I'd like to highly encourage you to get one it's not that hard to qualify for us anyways, and that inspires a lot of people. So some of the rules, procedures, all qualifiers will receive a car bonus kit so they can fully understand the car program, including a free shopping spree option form if you decide not to take the car. All qualifiers must submit their new lease agreement to the company before they receive a car bonus. We want to make sure that we have some input. You can get a car that you want, but we want to make sure we have some input on what you're spending it on. If you're going to go get yourself a Skidoo, that doesn't qualify. Okay, motorcycle doesn't qualify. Remember, this is not, just for your enjoyment. It's to help you build your business. Most importantly, it's to help your people, your operators in your team, to use your story so they can build their business. It's for them to look up to what you've done. You got yourself a car so they can go for their car. Your car lease cannot be less than your car bonus. So you can't go get yourself an old car for $200 a month and get the $500 car bonus. Again, the idea is you got to get a car that inspires people. At the very least, a car at least you're going to enjoy. The car bonus can be used to lease or to buy. I know in some countries they don't have a lease program. That's fine. You can buy, but all countries have you can buy cars on finance. So you can buy or sell or lease. Car colors must be black, white, or red. Again, so we're more flexible here. As you know, the other two car programs for the NA and GA has to be black. But here we give you three of the best options right here. The car can be up to 3 years old. So again, if you want to, personally, I like get something bigger. If it's a couple of years old, it's still a new car. So that's how I would do it. I know when Reza, when he got for his NA, and so did actually Renee, that $1,500 a month, they didn't want to go get the regular car or luxury cars. They wanted to get a bigger version. So you can do that. You can get something a couple of years old, and so you can get, for example, if you can get yourself, instead of getting a brand new, I don't know, Toyota, if you can get a 3-year-old Mercedes, well, if it's available in your market, we allow for that as well, so you can get the dream car that you want. Okay, if the citizen member does not meet one or all other qualifications, of course, you don't get the car bonus. This is why we want to make sure that before, the minute you qualify, we're going to send you an email with a car bonus kit. We want you to read it, understand it, because at the end of the day, it is a car lease. You want to make sure that you're prepared for it. Now, the people I'm talking to, they're saying, this is amazing. I don't care. I was going to get one anyways. So now, if I qualify, great. The company paid for it. If I don't, well, I was going to get one anyways, right? So if that's the case, and many people fall in that category, great for you. But if you are nervous about this, well, you know what? We do have another option here. It's not like other companies, right? We do have another option here. But I'm telling you, it's not hard to qualify. And if you are active, you easily can qualify for this on a month-to-month basis. In fact, I was looking at the qualifiers. Interestingly, in the month of December, pay attention to this. In the month of December, we had 9 qualifiers for the car, and we didn't even have a car program. We hadn't even released it. That means they automatically qualified for this car program, and they didn't even know they were qualifying for anything, because it's not that difficult to do. And this week, I was in my programmer's office, Shajid took a show me. I started looking at, just calling out names, and I looked at about 15 or 20 people, see if they would qualify, because again, a lot of people, this car program doesn't even start now. It starts on February the 1st, right? And it's incredible. Everybody I looked at, they were either qualified already fully, or they were one step away from it. In other words, from a whole requirement, they need one more thing to do to get the car. So we know by the CDST event that's coming up, Sanaz and I are setting that up right now, we're going to have a whole bunch of people that are going to qualify for this car by that date. All right, so the type of car is up to you, but we just want to be able to prove what it is. So if you're going to go spend it on, I don't know, in a hot rod, well, you know what, I love hot rods, I got one. but that's not what this is for. You want to make sure that it is something that you can share with your team and so forth. All right, so this is the car program and its qualification. Now, I want you guys to take a look. This particular company here, they brag about giving away thousands of cars. And so that's one of the companies I look at, and there's many more out there that are similar to this or worse than this. So this is essentially this is what you need to qualify for the $500 car payment. Before you can qualify, you need 39 people in perfect structure and advancement. So basically, this is how it has to look like. And this becomes equivalent to our ambassador. Remember, with our plan, you can get as a diplomat, right? This is equivalent to our ambassador and worse, because our ambassador ends right here. But for them, you also have to have this. So you need basically 39 people plus yourself as 40 people in perfect harmony. That means everybody needs to be perfectly qualified and perfect authorship. They need 12,500. Ours is 10. But here's a key part. 12,500, that's the key word, the QGV. See, ours just says GV, doesn't say Q. You know what Q stands for? Qualified group volume. In other words, doesn't matter if you have 12.5. If this 12.5 is not within a few levels, you are not even going to qualify. You could have $100,000 in volume here. But if they don't fall within the structure here, which is really 1, 2, and 3 levels, you're not going to qualify. Imagine if I said to you, you have to do the 10,000 in the first 3 levels. Imagine that. So with us, you can get this to infinity. Doesn't matter where it comes from, because I'm not there to stop you from getting a car. I want you to get it. But we just want to make sure that you deserve it. You earned it, right? In this particular case, the Q means qualified group volume. So it doesn't matter if you got this. If it doesn't fall within the levels, it doesn't count. You need 3 perfect legs. You already know, being in our business as a binary, you got 2 legs. Well, you know, the 2 legs itself could be challenging. Imagine trying to perfect 3 legs, right? They have the same thing, the maximum 60% in 1 leg. In other words, you can't have everything in 1 leg. It has to be spread into 3 legs. It must be on appropriate authorship. In the particular case, that basically the standard is $150 a month. And 6 months, well, with us, remember, we have different levels. We always say that as long as there is the total becomes 1,200, so we're not putting restrictions who should be doing what. We're just saying as long as you do this between the 10, you're there already. And here's what I was telling you about. If you don't get the car in 6 months, for 6 months you can get products with them. But if you don't get it, you lose it. You don't even get the car bonus. It doesn't matter if you do all this. After 6 months, you're going to lose it. In other words, they're forcing you into a car. And I know why they're doing that, because it helps, you know, the distributor, it helps their team, it helps the company. Because if I'm paying you $500 a month for a car bonus, we already got a compensation plan that we pay you cash on. We already got that. I don't want to give you more cash. The idea of this is not to give you more cash. The idea is to put something in your life that's going to give you joy, but that's going to be visual. It's going to be a billboard for you, so your family, friends, everybody that has been listening to you, watching you, criticizing you, now they're, wow, you got a car? What? The company's paying for it? Really? You have no idea what it does for your business. MLM companies know that. That's why they put these type of restrictions, because they want you to get into a car. And I don't like to do that type of thing. We should. I don't like to. So, we allow you to buy products if you want. But seriously, you should consider getting yourself that fun new car, and whether it's for the spouse, whatever, making your GWT car. It's a car you travel with. It's a car you're going to put decals on, and so forth. So anyway, so when you compare the 2 programs together, you'll find, with us, remember, that is equivalent to ambassador and higher. This is diplomat, 10 personals, 10,000 GV, no QGV, just GV. As long as both legs are active, you go 40% each leg. You do 5, sorry, this is supposed to be 1,000. It's a mistake here. So this is 1,000. As long as $1,000 worth of PVCV combined, and you are going to qualify. I apologize for this. All right, so let's talk about the strategy. And it's really simple, and you can strategize for this with your new people right away. So minimum production, okay, is you get your IA top up. Remember, what is IA top up? You can actually increase your IA. You can increase your IA to 250. You can do it to 500 because we do have IA. Again, we're doing exercises now, and I know Ronan did this in Australia as well. Every time we do these exercises, you'll find that your annual expenses on the stuff you need for yourself, for your family, for your kids, for your spouse, the gifts, all of that is going to be $4,000 to $5,000 a year. Even at 150, that's only about $1,800 a year, so it's not enough. But if you went ahead, you increase your IA, you call IA top up to $250 a month, maybe $400 a month. This is $400 a month is more like what an average person, family, would need for gifts and things that they use for themselves. So as long as you go ahead and do your IA top up because you're going to need these products, of course you can also use these products for your retail customers, when you do home parties. These are all products you could sell immediately as well. And what I love about this, everyone should be on the Flawless Totality package. Okay, that's about 200 and some odd dollars by itself. So if you get one of these every month, you get one for yourself, one for your spouse maybe, or one to sell. So again, with the Flawless, it makes life a lot easier because we got this incredible products, and every time you talk to somebody about it, say, I want to try that product for my skin. So again, the Totality package is a whole package with all the 4 products in it, or 5 products in it. And of course, the Totality package also gives you the free cleanser, which by itself is about $70 or $80. So the Totality package is a fantastic way moving forward. So you go ahead and get yourself the Totality package, or do IA top up to $250 to $400 a month. You add 1 VIP client per day. Basically, the whole plan is to talk to 2 people a day, and other 2 people get one of them on the VIP. It's a free account, and of course, people get on the VIP. They're going to get a gift certificate. It's not difficult. We'll train you. You have to become very good at it, and you're probably going to get 5 or 6 VIPs a day because it's a free account, and it comes with a whole bunch of value propositions. And what you do in a month, you upgrade one of these VIPs, because remember, you're going to get 30, 40, 50 a month. One of these VIPs, you're going to upgrade them to an email operator. So you upgrade to a diamond or gold, 1 a month, upgrade, or you just launch a new diamond or upgrade, whatever. You put it together, it's very easy to qualify month after month for your new car bonus. There's so many ways for you to qualify. Because the 1,000 is not just you buying product or just you selling product. It's you buying, it's you selling, it's you launching malls, as well as even upgrading your existing malls. There's so many different ways for you to be able to do that. I was just thinking, if I was to call somebody, again, you can have your own, you and your upline can get together, have your own script, but it's just how simple it is. Hi, Johnny, how's it going? How's the wife? Good, fantastic, everything is great. Hey, how's the New York? Good, fine. Listen, that's the small talk, all right? Listen, but I called you because it's not social call, really, it's business. That's a forensic script. Very, very, very important. It's not social call, it's business. What it does, it gets their ears up because they know you, right? So they know you how you are usually. The minute you start by saying, it's not a social call, it's business, you're interrupting their pattern. Tony Robbins talked about that, interrupting their pattern. Oh, okay, this is different because Ramin's calling me for different reasons. So now they're paying attention. It's not a social call, it's business. I'm so excited because I just partnered with the fashion house and launched my very own email. This I'm calling you is we are launching this cutting-edge anti-aging skincare called Very Flawless. I want to give you a free VIP access to my mall so you can take a look at my products, especially the Flawless line. As a promotion, I will give you $100 gift certificates. So when you spend $100, I will give you 100 free shopping on me. That's not all. Every time you shop, you will also receive rebate credits and get more free shopping. I'm sure you like free shopping. John, I'm going to add you as one of my VIP customers just in case you want to buy something in the future. I will enter you now, and over the next couple of days, I'd like to see you for 10 minutes to drop off my catalogs and show you around a bit. Sign them up with the VIP and to make an appointment to drop by. So what you want to do when you drop by, you want to bring the Fairy and Posh lookbook as well as the $100 GC. Because again, this means that now you have to get some tools, people. You are in business. We have some of the best promotional tools in the world. You're not going to socialize this business. You got to show it's a visual business. So using the tools makes your life so much easier. Trust me, you know, spending $2-3 is worth it. You're not saving money by not using the tools. It's costing you a fortune. Let me repeat that. You're not saving money by not getting the tools and passing them out. It's costing you a fortune because all these people that would say no to you, or they won't get on, or they don't give you the time, they would be if you just show them the business as opposed to telling them about the business. And last thing, most important thing, we want you to enjoy your retail profits. Stop trying to recruit everybody, okay? When you call people for this, do not even mention getting into the business. They know you are. Unless they mention it. Well, why did you start? Well, you know what? Really, you know, I have my job, but you know, that's not going to take me to my dreams. And here's what I want to do in the future. And my job doesn't allow that. I need a third revenue stream. So I looked around, and this is what I found. I'm so revved up about it. You know what? They may tell and say, hey, tell me about the business. Can I get involved? That's okay. But do not try. Don't scare them off. Many of your family and friends, pay attention. Many of your family and friends will buy from you if they're not afraid that you're going to try to recruit them. All right? Don't try to recruit them. Do not try to recruit them. Don't try to recruit them unless they ask. Enjoy the retail profits. Because these people, they may buy from you once or 2 or 3, 4, 5 times a year. Because they're comfortable with you. You know your stuff. You can talk about it. You can promote it. You have information. They can come to you if they have a problem, something they don't understand, or at least when you present your business, they can ask questions. You are the best salesperson they can run into. Why? Because it's your business and you know your stuff. They're not going to get that service at a store because people that work in stores, they're not trained properly. They don't know what they're selling. Their inventory changes all the time. But so if you keep people comfortable, they will buy from you, especially when we have the most aggressive retail customer loyalty program that we have, the VIP club, with the rebates, especially with the GC. Who doesn't want, hey, listen, shop 100, get 100 on me? Who doesn't like that deal? Everybody loves that deal. It's a free VIP account. So go ahead, talk to 2 people a day, make one of them into a VIP. You might get 2 of them in a VIP. Out of that, that's about 30 to 60 VIPs a month. You upgrade one of them during the month to an email operator, 1 or 2, 3 of them, whatever. If you're doing your business properly, if you're putting 8, 10, 12 hours a week, that's a part-time plan. 8, 10, 12 hours a week, that's a part-time plan. If you're doing that, you have no problem doing this. But if you're sitting over there right now listening to me, so I don't have that time, let's get this right then. You're a sometime-timer, okay? You're not a part-timer. We know you have the time to do this. How do we know that? Because Rogers has their stats. An average person watches 1.5 to 2 hours of TV every single day. Well, one of you said, well, yeah, but that's not me. Well, maybe not every day for you, but you make up for the weekends, don't you? So the point is that we just want to be very straightforward about this. If you're part-time, you must have 8, 10, 12 hours a week to put through this, okay? And you can do that. You talk about 1.5 hours a day, you know, it's not that difficult to do. So for some of you, you take less time. If you don't want to qualify for the car and all this great stuff, you could build this with even less time. But I'm talking about at the top-notch level, being able to qualify for all the great stuff that we have. Not just the compensation plan, but all this great stuff that we have, like a car program and the stuff that I'm coming up with for the convention. There's some juicy stuff coming out for the convention. Amazing stuff that comes into play, not at the highest levels of the comp plan. It comes into play right in the beginning of the compensation plan.
So once, if you want to qualify for all that stuff, you need to find what 8 hours, 8, 10, 12 hours, I mean even 8 hours a week into this and build it as a part-time serious person. If you're not going to do that, well, okay, that's fine. You build at your pace, but you're not part-time, you're sometime, right? Let's just get that right. And you may or may not qualify for all this extra stuff, but the extra stuff is there for people who are actually going to make a shift in their life, right? We want to, you still have the compensation plan. That's going to can make you a ton of money, and you may be able to do it less time. We just want to get everyone in the right mindset that you have to allocate 8, 10, 12 hours a week into your business. All right. So for the existing CDSC members, this is one of the biggest questions we keep getting, is that how do we qualify? Because obviously the existing CDSC members, they're already qualified because they're already diplomats, right, or above. They already got a bunch of people. Some because when I was looking at the software with my programmer this week, there's so many people either qualified fully or they're one step away. Now, the idea wasn't for me to give away extra 500 to all these people. That's not the idea. The idea was to get people active, and that activity generates new momentum and CV for the whole binary. That means your checks will go up, explode. I want to explode your checks. The idea wasn't to give somebody an extra 500 bucks that they're already qualified for. No, the idea is to make sure that we start people active so they can generate activity and CV and so forth. So over the next 90 days, existing CDSC members, remember, if you're a new member, they have to get 3 diamond to go to diplomat anyways, right? So just because you already are a CDSC member, maybe you got the 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago, you already got those bonuses already at that comp plan. For you to participate, just like a brand new person, you have to get your 3 diamonds. Now you do have an advantage, because once you get your 3 diamonds, maybe you already have your 10, most of you do, and you're already doing your 1250 personal group volume. So you still do have an advantage if you are part of the CDSC, because some of the other stuff, the group volume stuff, you already have some of it or all of it. So you still do have an advantage, but you have to get your 3 diamonds. It could even be a rebate, and to activate this card bonus for you. All right. So we took a look around a little bit quickly, and what type of cars do you get? Well, in Australia, for example, for $500 a month, you can get a Fiat, you can get a Grand Cherokee. Again, who doesn't want a SUV? You can get, let's see, Subaru Impreza, you can get that. So these are some of the stuff that our people from Australia sent to us, for example, to tell us that, yeah, you know what, you can get a nice car. Who doesn't want a brand new Subaru or brand new Grand Cherokee SUV next month, right? All right. So that's that. What we want to quickly do. Is Sanaz woman on the call? Can you look out for her? See if she is. If she is, let's open her line. I'm sure she is. Sanaz, a trooper. She never misses a call.
I'm here, Ramin. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect, Sanaz. Sanaz, why don't you take us through just the upcoming stuff, and then we'll open the line to answer some questions.
Absolutely. First of all, you know what? I want to welcome everyone on the call. It's been an amazing, exciting call. Ramin, as I sit here just listening to you speak and hearing all the things that you're saying, I'm just absolutely blown away. How simple this is, and I know everyone is revved up for the CAR program to come up. So the upcoming CDSC, let's talk about that, because this is an amazing event. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you do RSVP. We are going to be, Ramin and I are going to be, actually this is not the right slide, Ramin, this is an older one. The date has been changed. It is February the 11th. So if you are a CDSC member, February 11th, 2017, the flyer has gone out to all of you. If you are a CDSC member, it is right in your inbox. Take a look at it. you need to RSVP. This is a free event for all of our CDST members, of course. And this is going to be an amazing event, Ramin. As you know, we got a jam-packed day that we're going to be spending with all of our qualifiers all day, starting off with morning breakfast time. We're going to have a quick breakfast. We're going to do an awesome training. We're going to go into lunch, and after lunch, we are actually going to do some team building activities. There's glow-in-the-dark golfing and bowling, and you know what? It's going to be awesome. So the CDSC event is also a crucial event because we are going to be announcing the qualifiers. Ramin, another thing that you didn't talk about that is going to be coming up is as of February 1st, everyone will get that activated button in their back office that they'll see their progress of how close they are to the car program. Maybe you can talk about that.
Oh, it's so cool because I was looking at it. It looks pretty cool. So the minute this gets activated, you log into your dashboard in your performance center, and the performance center, they'll tell you exactly what you need to qualify for the car. So it tells you step by step. When you get the diplomat, check mark. When you got your 10, check mark. When they do 1250, check mark. When you get 10,000, check mark. 40% check mark. It's got all this great stuff, and that's exactly what I was looking at. And I looked at about maybe 15 or 20 individuals, and everybody was one step away or some that were already there. It is the most exciting. I was excited sitting there. I could just imagine city to city, country to country, where there's a GWT tours are being held in a hotel, that we're going to have people that the parking lot is going to be full of GWT cars. I could just see it. I've seen this happen with other companies. Reza was talking about where, you know, there's another company that they give away white cars in Montreal, and when they have their events, he sees a whole bunch of cars parked there, and you can clearly see because they all got decals on them and stuff like that. And you know what? That's going to be with GWT and more, because our car program is much easier than the other companies. And if so many people are qualifying with other companies, I know we're going to do much more than that. Another thing to summarize is that CDSC members, I got to tell you that the membership has its privileges. Of course, the car is a major privilege, of course, but other than that, we're going to put a lot of effort and time and resources into the CDSC event. We're going to break down the CDSC event into two different events. We got one that's there for the diplomats, and then we're going to have one for ambassadors and above. And the diplomat level, again, is going to be, you know, light food. We're going to talk about the specific trainings, and we're going to focus on things that are important at that level. And then we're going to have an ambassador and above, where it's going to be a sit-down dinner, more elaborate. You know, it's going to be a more, more prestige event. So we're going to have two different levels, because again, we want to make sure that people they're always shooting for that very next thing. So yeah, so CDSE events were also shifting. We're breaking down that the ambassador and above to and diplomats. So we're going to have two separate levels of events going on for CDSC as well.
Absolutely, Ramin. And I think that's really key because, you know, with the CDSC event that's coming up, it's going to be amazing. We're going to be sharing a lot of amazing announcements. We're going to get a chance to spend some great time with all of our qualifiers. And, you know, what was really amazing is so many people that we looked at were qualified for the car program. And it wasn't even the end of the month. We were just looking at it mid-month. So to qualify for the car program, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be easy. We're going to give you more and more guidelines. We're going to upload documents into the back office. We're going to put a PowerPoint. We're going to put, you know, the car has to be like you heard from Ramin, has to be 3 years old. I think, Ramin, we had chosen on the colors white, black, and red. We said to stick to those three colors that we were sticking to. We're designing a beautiful logo that will also be going on to the car as well. So that will be amazing. And again, that will be a money building tool for you, because people will acknowledge the fact that this is an amazing car incentive program. So Ramin, of course, with the car program, with having the back office tracking aspect of it, and of course having the amazing new tools with the skincare that is going to come out, with the Flawless. It's going to be absolutely monumental. Of course, as you guys can see on your screen, there's been a new update to our international convention. And I'm super wrapped up.
Sorry, before we move forward, I just want to say one more thing. The reason why we're separating, one of the main reasons why we're separating the diplomats from ambassadors and above is that the diplomat event, we're going to teach the stuff that's relevant to diplomats. For example, we're going to in-depth talk about the CAR program and the policies, in-depth talk about the policies and procedures in general. We're going to have topics that we know is very much important at that entry-level leadership level. We're going to make sure that we address our leadership right from the beginning. And as long as our diplomat levels are fully versed in everything that we offer and how we offer it and how it's done, if we can get that done, we got a strong infrastructure. When you go to the ambassador level, it'll be more business-oriented and strategy-oriented, those type of things. So it's going to be 2 separate trainings specifically for each group.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ramin, I think what's really important is that this will be the event that we will all be able to get together with our leadership core, be able to spend that one-on-one, be able to really train them, be able to really work with them, you know, about what the CAR program is all really about, and answer any questions that anyone may have, and of course, see who all the qualifiers are at the CDSC program. So our CDSC is really changing. We're doing some amazing new things with it. So if you haven't RSVP'd and if you are qualified, make sure that you do RSVP. If you haven't qualified, we have given you till February 1st to be able to get your chance to be able to even qualify and attend this first one. All right, Ramin, so shall we take them through the convention a little bit?
Absolutely. I got the, do you see my slide?
I do. Well, we've done some updates, ladies and gentlemen, and I know there was some slides up that Amanda originally had at the beginning, and I do want to reiterate it because there's been some serious updates to our convention slides that has come up. So I'd like to make sure that if you haven't already done so, take a good look at the itinerary that's been posted. We posted it on Facebook. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you go and see it tonight. On our website, we also have an itinerary. We have added on the Wednesday night. First of all, we're doing a 4 to 6 p.m. reception at the office. This is a meet and greet for all of your guests or your brand new luxury consultants that are coming into Toronto. So we'll have some munchies at the office. It is on the Wednesday, March 22nd. This is a meet and greet at the office. This will be a red carpet event, so make sure you are there. Make sure you bring your teams. You get a chance to take some pictures and spend some time with myself, Ramin, the rest of the GWT staff, of course. And then we are going to head over to the Sheraton Parkway Hotel, which is just right beside the office. Registration starts at 6 p.m. and we are going to have a tour in Toronto at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 22nd. So you can get a chance to invite everyone out that is in Toronto. Of course, once we finish the evening off on Wednesday night for the Toronto Mega Tour, we are going to hit to Niagara Falls for the morning time. And we are going to go check in, get ready, and Thursday, March 23rd, we'll be, of course, hosting our Mega Tour in Niagara Falls. Of course, the Mega Tour registration will start at 6:30, and the tour will be at 7:30. We are going to be wrapping up our tour by about 8:30, 9 p.m. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely pleased to tell you that we will be doing a flawless launch party on the Thursday, March 23rd. And of course, being a ticket holder, this will get you in. The Flawless Launch Party is an all-white party, so make sure you get your outfit ready for that. This will be champagne, flawless, beauty, skin, and of course, knowledge about what this money-making product is going to do. And ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday night, Ramin and I have a very, very special webinar about Flawless. So the flyer is going to go out, but make sure you and all of your prospects, your friends, your family, everyone that you want to tell Flawless about gets on the conference call for next Sunday night, because we're having the formulators, we are having the regulators, we're having the scientists that will be on the call next week for all of you next Sunday. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Friday, March 24th, we are going to hit into the very, very popular forensic networker training with, of course, our founder and CEO, aka Forensic Networker. That is from a session from 10 to 5 p.m. And then, of course, we will be wrapping up Friday with our CDSC recognition, of course, our new car qualifiers, our cruise qualifiers, and our vacation qualifiers, our national and regionals, of course. And then Saturday, we are going to go into IT with our CTO, Nanat Kelma, myself, and our scientists, our formulators for the skincare. And of course, at the nighttime, Saturday night, we are going to be having our beautiful gala with our President's Cup winner, our exotic car program, our gala dinner, our award ceremony. So it will be an event not to miss. Ladies and gentlemen, the tickets are going up this upcoming week. They are going from $249 to $299. If you haven't already bought your ticket, make sure you log on tonight. Log on right now and buy your ticket. Ramin, this convention is our 11th annual convention. I remember planning the first one. I am so revved up for this amazing, amazing event that's just around the corner.
Absolutely. Hey, look, you know what? One of the main reasons why is because I'm going to, like I said, reshuffle some of the areas of the comp plan, and we're going to introduce some really, really cool stuff. It's an action. It's going to be a comp plan for action takers. You want to come in. You want to, within the first 30 days, to get into a gush of money outside the compensation plan. It's going to be possible with what I'm going to do. I don't want to talk about it. You got to be there. And folks, I know some of you guys are thinking you're going to be there anyways, but you're taking your time to buy your tickets. Don't do that. Because what's going to happen is that although you're going to be there anyways, but if you haven't bought your ticket, you're not talking about it. If you're not talking about it, your people are not buying their tickets. So I don't hear enough of you going on Facebook talking about, hey, I just registered for my convention ticket. So every single one of you who bought it, capture screen it, put it on Facebook, and call every single person, send it to them. Listen, you got to get your ticket now. Not only the early bird is going to end, it's going to, again, it slows down the process because the culture in your team is not there to talk about the convention. So it is the biggest event of the year. And after that, of course, then we're going on that epic RA trip. You know, and again, so I don't hear enough people talking about this. We have a whole beach group that's going to go in one of the nicest, best luxury 6-star resorts on the planet. And there isn't enough people yelling out, talking about it. Again, as a founder of this company, you know, I sit here, that's when I know we pay too much. That's when I know we pay too easy. Because our people are so used to getting it that I don't hear the RAs yelling and screaming saying, hey, I'm going to be pampered in this unbelievable, beyond this earth type of resort. This is not the stuff you'll find in Expedia, folks. I mean, you've heard. This stuff is amazing, and I don't hear enough. That means we have too much going on, and too fast and too easy. But either case, so you are listening tonight. There's a lot of stuff coming for you. Convention is where you do the 3 R's. Reflect, refresh, and reset. And you're going to launch with all this great new stuff, and you're going to completely restructure your business and the plan of your business and the way you think, your personal group volume, the whole business plan will change at the convention. So again, the comp plan remains the same, but I'm reshuffling a few things so we can add a few more exciting things, because I want to see that we create, you know, in 2017, I know we're going to have at least 1 more millionaire, but I want to do 5, 6, 8, 10 millionaires a year added. And how do we do that? With massive momentum. And the stuff that I'm adding on, it's all call to action, it's all sense of urgency, it's getting people to do what they need to do to achieve that next thing. As opposed to, well, I'm already here, so I'm happy to be here. We don't want you to be happy to be here. We want you to go for that next thing so we can put money in your pocket, change your life, and set a new culture and trend for your team. That's how you build a billion-dollar company. You see I'm revved up about it. I told you this before. If you're new, you haven't heard it. I've been saying this for 10 years, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to force you to get wealthy. I'm going to force you to get wealthy. That's what this comp plan change is all about in March.
Ramin, absolutely. And I think what's really, really key for everyone that's on the call with us tonight, whether you've just recently joined GWT or you've been with us maybe for a year or 2 years or 5 years or 9 years, maybe you're saying, okay, I really want to do this. You know, I said in my New Year's resolution I was going to make a change and I was going to become more committed and I was going to do more. Where do I start? What do I need to do? Well, first step is that you're on this call, so I want to congratulate you. The next step, of course, get yourself to Diamond as soon as possible. Get yourself qualified to become a CDSC member. Make sure you take action and get your convention ticket. I've never been to one of our conventions where our top leadership core or the top income earners, Ramin, are not there. So I think those are key factors that you do need to consider. Hold yourself accountable. Have consistency, have persistence, of course, in your business. The Flawless, ladies and gentlemen, will change our business. The CAR program, ladies and gentlemen, will change our business. 2017 is going to be an absolutely phenomenal year. Make sure you take advantage of it. Once again, if you haven't bought your convention ticket, make sure you get online tonight. Buy a ticket for yourself. Of course, bring your spouse with you and get a ticket for them as well. It's important for them to be plugged into your business and what you do. And of course, get yourself qualified for our CDSC event. Make sure you RSVP, fly, drive, do whatever you can, but make sure you do not miss it, especially if you are CDSC members. Remember, we have 2 elite classes. We have our ambassadors and higher. This one is also open to diplomats, so make sure you are there. And of course, last but not least, Ramin, you know, next week, Sunday, we are going to be having a Flawless conference call. This is a Flawless training conference call to get everyone ready of what to expect for convention.
That's going to be so much fun. You want to know what Flawless is all about? You know what? I was talking to Reza. I was obviously, I bring my son over here to meet to see my nephews every weekend, and I didn't even know, because obviously we're not in the skincare business, and we hired the best consultant from around the world to do our work for us. Doesn't matter what product it is. We find the absolute best that we can find, and we found the absolute best formulator in the country. And that's not us saying this, but either case, he's a German fellow, and we just hired a new person, a Japanese fellow, to basically do the registration for Flawless in different countries. That's his expertise for about 30 years. He knows our formulator, Tom, and he's told us stuff about our formulator that our formulator himself didn't tell us. And the reason why he didn't tell us is because I guess he's a very low-key guy. He's a scientist. He doesn't think edification. He doesn't think anything. He's the best of the best. He knows it. He doesn't care. He just wants to create. And this call, you're going to find the secrets of Flawless. I sat there in awe listening to this person telling me about Tom and what Tom told him, and what's in our plan. And he was telling me some ingredients, because there's a lot of ingredients, but there's 8 active ingredients in Flawless. And this comes from all over the world, and he was mentioning some very scientific weird names which I don't understand. And he was telling me, and Sanaz, just so people know, they're going to get the secrets in this locker room talk with our Flawless management team. But that spruce story, you want to just share that spruce story. This is just one of the ingredients, folks. Just one of the ingredients that's in the Flawless, and Sanaz is going to share with you how it became about to go in Flawless, and basically what I was told by the third party who has nothing to do with the formulation of Flawless. Remember, we hired him for registration, so he has nothing to do with the formulation. But because he does this all the time with every different companies and different products, he says, Ramin, you have no idea what your product is. This is the gold standard for skincare in the world, period. The gold standard. That's going to be the buzzword of how we're going to describe what Flawless is. And he went on to tell me a couple of stories. But he says, when I saw your ingredients, he knows them. He said, you don't see these ingredients in any product. Why? Because they're very specific, very scientific, very exclusive ingredients that some scientists found in some country. And big companies don't want to use these ingredients because they're too expensive and hard to come by. And because they're mass produced, these big companies, they don't want to worry about an ingredient that may be hard to find, or for at least for their application, or it was too expensive. And main reason why they won't use it, the main reason is because everybody, I'm going to repeat this for a reason, everybody, every company manufactures with a price in mind. In other words, there's a restriction that the formulators like Tom, they have to produce a product for this price because they have their margin. They want to know what the price range they want to compete at in the retail market. So there is restrictions. They said the Flawless, Tom told them, is the only product he's developed in the last 40 years that he had a blank check to create the best that he can, the best that he could find without any restrictions from me. And one of those stories, and I was doing all listening to this guy, and I said, and he's telling me about, I said, like, and he says, and he told me about this one particular ingredient, and so I share, this is just one of the stories, folks, of what's in the Flawless. So now share that with us, please.
Sure. Well, I don't want to take away from tomorrow's, next week's, of course, conference call. You're going to hear some amazing things, but you know, some of the raw materials that we're using, not some, all of the top raw materials we're using are absolutely phenomenal. So this is actually a spruce from Finland, and the scientists that discovered it had seen the spruce in his area that had basically the branch had broken off. And basically, over time, he had seen that this tree was not fermenting and it was not basically disintegrating. As you know, any tree,
The branch.
Yeah, of course. Any tree, when the branches break off, they will eventually become hollow. They become, you know, they basically go bad. They ferment and it disintegrates. Well, in this case, he actually saw this the branches were not fermenting, and so he took it in and basically started to work on the sap. He took this project on and started to work from there. So it's a very exclusive spruce that's in Finland. From the sap of this tree, this absolutely phenomenal antioxidant, anti-aging product has been developed. And this is part of the raw materials that are being used in our Flawless. Not just the one, but many other active ingredients. So, you know, a lot of you have been seeing my picture saying Flawless, Flawless. Yeah, this is an absolutely phenomenal anti-aging. And one quote I will give you that I was given by our formulators and our scientists is, if people don't know what your product is, by trying it, they will know what it is. That's how powerful this product is, that it will give them results. They will be able to feel it. They will be able to touch it, and they will be able to see the results, most importantly. And that's what this product is about. That's what we wanted to make sure at Global Wealth Trade that we gave you, which was a product that not only you were going to just wear and promote, but something that you were going to see results, that you were going to, people were going to ask you, what are you doing to your skin? What are you using? You look younger, you look more radiant, you look more vibrant. That's what it's about. So, Ramin, I know the call's gone long. I don't want to go into the conference call for next weekend, but make sure you are on at sharp 9:15. We are going to start. We're going to have a very, very powerful call. But in the meantime, go get your convention ticket. Make sure you RSVP for City SC event, and go get yourself car qualified in the next 30 days.
Absolutely. What we want to do at this point, though, I'd like to open up the lines. If there are some questions, I'll answer it because the whole focus right now, moving forward, decade number 2 is about 2 things. 1, flawless. We are a flawless company now. It's going to, that's the line we started with very strong because other companies start with 1 or 2 products. We got 5 products, but that line is going to expand. And so we're going to be a flawless company moving forward. 2, get your car, get your car, get your car. It doesn't matter if it takes them 90 days. But my point is this. With other companies, like I just showed you the other company, you rely on other people to advance and be perfect. So even if you do your job, if other people in your team don't do their job, you have no control over that, so it can hold you off. In our plan, you're not relying on anyone else to advance. So because of that, you can go out and get your car in the first 30 days. So with that, we'll open the lines. If you have any questions, we're here to answer it. That flawless locker room talk is going to knock your socks off. It's going to be the call. You're going to take the recording and send it out to all your prospects, to all your MLM competition, and says, listen to this. And you're going to see the result. When your customers, it's equivalent to the Ferry Marsh Modern Legend video. You saw that award-winning, platinum award-winning documentary that we did. That's on YouTube. It's called Modern Legend, the Ferry Marsh story. That won a bunch of awards. The information that we're going to share on this call is going to be just as impressive as information we shared in the Modern Legend Ferry Marsh movie. So back to you.
Thanks, Ramin. So I do actually have a couple quick questions for you. Number 1, if someone upgrades from a diamond rebate to a normal diamond within the first 30 days, do they get the incentives of the vacation?
We don't have a, see, once you're a diamond, you're a diamond. So we don't have a, you can't upgrade from a diamond to a diamond, right? It's, you know, that question has come up a few times. Once you're a diamond, and we're gonna leave it at that. However, it keeps coming up. Send me an email, and if there is a change, we'll share it on the next CDSE call.
Thank you. I've already answered. We've already answered this one. Can we have for the car program the monthly PV, PGV, and monthly CV chart? And the answer is yes. It's actually already done and will be launched as of February. Sonia Shaw says, I cannot wait to teach this to my team. Sherry Zhao says, can my car be red and white combination?
Only Sherry. Yes, Sherry, white interior and red outside.
I do have another question. Can it be a 2002 convertible? The car only has to be 3 years old maximum, right?
That's right. That's right.
Perfect. Nancy McLeod says, this is amazing. Sonia Shaw says, wow, this is so exciting. This is going to be easy to monitor to get to the next checkpoint. I see GWT Perth call rally coming in. Awesome. Good for you, Sonia. I can't wait to.
This young lady is very close, and she just launched, actually. She may set a new record, this young lady, for Faster Than Faster. I'm hearing stuff, so I'll be watching it. So congratulations for that.
Awesome. The other question is, can we have a car magnet on our GWT promo sites? And the answer is yes. We have
a whole bunch of, we have a car kit that you'll get automatically. And by the way, it's part of the provisions and the rules. It must have the GWT decals on it, and we'll ask you to send pictures to prove it, because the idea is to make sure that the car becomes a billboard, and that's the only way it becomes effective.
Absolutely. Benina Bahar says, this is so amazing. I'm proud to having this opportunity, and of course be the highlight to everyone. Thank you, CEO Ramin and SCB Sanaz, for keeping us rocking, the best of the best to the billion. Thank you so much, my dear. Nancy says, how come we can't see anything about the GWT annual convention? Actually, Nancy, it's right on our website, and there's a tab called events right at the top of it, and once you click on the events, you will actually be able to see the full itinerary. So we do actually have a landing page just for our website. The other question that I got, is there going to be samples with the skincare? Ramin, this is a question that's come up a couple of times. Maybe you want to reiterate that. I know we talked about sample packs for people to be able to try, and we said that I think only attendees at the convention will be able to grab it.
Are you talking about the Flawless?
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're going to have part of the lineup. I'm not sure about the convention. We'll try if we can, but the answer is yes, you will eventually have it, but it's not something that we're going to start with. We're going to test the Flawless out for a year. We're going to see what other products are going to be added, if there's any other product. We're going to see if there's going to be, once we finalize and we're very comfortable with the way we manufacture and promote and sell and ship this product, we can always, so the answer is yes. We just don't know when, because when you manufacture or produce these samples, you can't do, a few thousand. You basically have to do 100,000 of each. So it's not a small project. It's a big project, and then it requires its own testing, and so it's not as simple as you think, but the answer is yes, eventually.
Thank you, Ramin. Sonia Shah says, yes, I'm going to be the next GWT millionaire. Love it.
Nice.
Nancy says, wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Sonia says, Ramin, you are absolutely amazing. GWT for life. Brian Arundel says, great call. Junior says, will be a separate catalog for our flawless skincare. So I actually am currently working, ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys are aware, I'm working on a website for Flawless. It will be ready before the convention. It will be an information portal for all of you. So, and yes, there will be additional brochures and catalogs as well for Fairy Flawless.
A brochure for sure.
Absolutely. Brian Arundel says, great call, Ramin. Regarding the car qualification process, the volume requirement is from new personal email launches and personal upgrades or existing?
Okay, so what are you talking about? Remember, we have to get the semantics right. We have PV, which is personal volume. We have GV, which is group volume. And then we have PGV, which is personal group volume. The personal group volume will be, of course, the generation 1 people that you launched. If you're talking about the personal volume side of things, okay, is that what you're talking about? Because I don't know if the question is clear to me.
Okay, so I think when it comes to regarding a new qualification process, the volume requirement, is it from new personal email launches and personal upgrades? I think it's a combination of both, because in order for you to qualify, Brian, it's once, but you have to requalify every month. So in order to requalify, you need to make sure that your personal first generation are on their monthly IA. Even if one drops, you got to make sure that you're maintaining it with brand new luxury consultants. And of course,
I don't think that's what he's asking, but I'll tell you what. This is why the CDSC calls are amazing. Make sure if you have a question, tomorrow is a CDSC call. We can answer it. So write your questions down and and give it to the CDSC member in your My5 and have them ask those questions. We'll answer them because it's interactive, and then we can have them ask those questions and we answer. I want to make sure we get the question right, because I don't think this is what Brian's asking.
Okay, so Brian, make sure you do reiterate that. We'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Kafina says, great call. Can you double qualify for 2 cars? That's from Maxwell.
Well, if you've got, look, we laugh, but there's going to be people that husband and wife, they have their separate account, like Dr. Anthony and Joy. We don't talk enough about this. This couple, both of them became regional ambassadors. They both became RA. They both won the exotic trip. In their case, of course, they can have 2 cars. They're going to have 2 cars.
Beautiful. Can we have decals to put on our computers? Yes, Nora, we have lots of new decals that are going to be coming out, so it's going to be awesome. Winsbert Regis says, thanks, my harvest year is made easier, great information. Thank you so much. Velvet says, do we have some logo magnets now if already on the vehicle? So we do currently have some stickers, Velvet, if you visit our promo site. If you can't find it, just contact the office in promo. They can help you out. Is it possible to purchase Flawless in advance with our IA? How soon can we get it? The convention is the release, Louise. So we will be launching the Flawless at the International Convention. Have you tested the products on products to someone with psoriasis? If so, what are the results? If you haven't, what is it possible to try? So this is a great question. We have been doing extensive tests. Our products are not only dermatologically tested right now, but talking about someone with psoriasis, I am not sure. I don't want to make a medical claim that we have, but we will also have.
We really can't talk about it. I can tell you what though, get on the Flawless call and let the scientist himself talk about some of the effects of some of the ingredients. We're not going to talk about Flawless, but we can talk about the ingredients and the clinical tests with some of these ingredients and what it has been working on. And we've seen those ourselves. And let's, Sanas, let the call address this question.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not even, I wouldn't even know how to address it. So, but I Junior, would recommend for you to speak to Sean Singh, as he's tried the product, having some irritation.
I'm not going to address the question, but call Sean Singh.
No. Because Sean has a personal testimony of what the product is.
That's why I'm laughing.
Okay, Renee says, even after 9 years of GWT, I still get pumped up at 11 p.m. and keep me up all night. 2017 is going to be a great year for many new millionaires, many six-figure and five-figure income earners, and it all comes down to who wants it bad enough. And I'm going to rock. I'm going to work 10 times harder. Yeehaw! Are you in Alberta, Renee? All right. Okay, so I have another question. This is Rudy. Diamond email from Sweden. Thank you for a great webinar. Can I order from my email without affecting my IA? For example, if I want to accumulate my IA towards buying a gift for someone, can I just pay cash and not use my IA?
Of course. The software is already set up that way. Okay, so I think what you're asking is that if you have IA and if you want to pay it with cash, I'm not sure, because usually I think what the software automatically does, I think first it goes using your IA. If you don't have it, then you can buy IA. Yes. But either case is not an issue, because even if you use your IA, you can always use your IA top-up option.
Actually, Ramin, I can answer that.
Yeah.
In order for someone to be able to place an order, the software will automatically deduct your IA, Rudy. So in order for you not to use your IA, and if you want to pay on credit card, update your information, do a save card. If you call the office, they will do an admin override for you, and they will just charge you as opposed to using your IA. You can't do it yourself, but we can help you at the office. So if you call customer service and product team, they'll be able to help you.
But you know what's that's fine, but I would rather them using the option we already have. We just got an IA top-up. Because honestly, I think every single person should be using that option. Because your $150 a month is just not going to cut it for you during the year. So you can go to the IA top-up and purchase the IA that you want for the gift. So this way it doesn't touch the ones you already have. I would prefer people do that themselves, learn that option. You can always call the office. We got the best staff on the planet. They're there to help you. But it doesn't help you moving forward. We want to make sure you understand that if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, because our staff go home at 5, 6 o'clock. So if you want to do your business, the IA top-up option is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Absolutely. Okay, so Chris Lee says, this is exciting. I love it. Silas from Ghana says, thank you, Ramin, for a powerful call. Velvet says, tonight was my favorite presentation so far. Very informative, awesome information about the Flawless website. You're most welcome, my dear. Silas says, great car program. How does it work with LCs in countries where they have no car leasing companies?
You can buy one. I know that we talked about that already. So There may not be car lease, but there's a car option, finance option in every country. We checked Nigeria as well, it's the same thing as well. So I don't know what this is. Renee, stop sending pictures because I'm getting notification on my screen. Anyways, so yeah, there's always financing option in every country.
Beautiful. Nando says, awesome call. Thank you. Can hardly wait. If you buy a 2014 car, do we have to buy, trade it for another newest car in the next year, since the next year the car will be over 3 years old?
Okay, so again, people sometimes they ask about if they have an existing vehicle, can they transfer that? It is something that, well, generally the other companies, I'll tell you what the other companies tell you. The answer is no. And what I've said since day one is that I don't want to create new rules. I'm basically going to look at what everyone else is doing, and we're going to follow that because this is a new thing for us. And if it works already in the industry, it should. Is there going to be an exception because somebody just got a brand new car and they don't need another car? We may, but if we're paying for the car, you got to understand that becomes now our car. In other words, it has to have our decals all over it. You have to follow the guidelines as if you went and got a brand new car. 14 is getting to a point where it's the last year, so it really doesn't qualify because it's already 17. If somebody else has a case where somebody just got a brand new Audi, said, "Can I use my Audi?" You know, we have to look at that and see if we want to allow for that.
Yeah, and I think, Ramin, our LCs, you guys have to understand that what we're trying to do is we want people to see a difference in your lifestyle, so they're asking you questions as well. So this is really important. It has to show the lifestyle aspect of it. Mavis says, thank you to a great corporate team. Love you. We love you too, Mavis. You're amazing. Aaron, this is Aaron Spring speaking. R.A. Sherry Zhao and Ambassador Abdulia are in Yeehaw land. Alberta team is on fire. I'm sure you ladies had a great time this weekend. I can't wait to see all the new luxury consultants that came out of that market, and I'm sure it was successful. And Ramin, we had a jam-packed call. We had lots and lots of people that were on, lots of great questions. Make sure you log in if you are a CDSC member on our CDSC call tomorrow to be able to answer more questions about the car program. Once again, if you haven't already done so, for the CDSC program, make sure you RSVP. There is a deadline. February 1st is the deadline for you to RSVP. There is limited seats, and they were filling up extremely quick. You want to make sure you have your whole team on there. Make sure from whatever city. I know Montreal crew, there's a whole crew of them coming in. I know from Ottawa there's a team coming in. I know from different parts of the city there's a lot of people coming in. So make sure that all of you are there, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing, amazing event. Thank you all so much for logging in. I look forward to speaking with all of you next week on our Flawless conference call. Keep posted for the poster that's going to be going out. Thanks, Ramin, for doing an amazing call as always, and Amanda Dastu for being a most amazing host again. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. We're going to send out Flawless qualification and a poster to everybody starting this week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ramin. Thank you so much, Amanda. Great night, everyone.